How about we, the people, learn this stuff together? Welcome to US 101. Today, I want to talk about a letter that he wrote in 1791 to then Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson, discussing with him slavery and Jefferson's, let's say, hypocritical stance toward that dreaded institution. Let's say that this letter was possibly the most delicate way you could throw shade at somebody. In a letter dated August 19, 1791, Banneker addresses Jefferson as Sir throughout the entire letter. And he begins the letter by saying, quote, "I suppose it is a truth too well attested to you to need a proof here that we are a race of beings who have long labored under the abuse and censure of the world, that we have long been looked upon with an eye of contempt, and that we have long been considered rather as brutish than human, and scarcely capable of mental endowment." Nothing got past this guy, man. This, sir, was a time in which you clearly saw into the injustice of a state of slavery, and in which you had just apprehensions of the horrors of its condition. It was now, sir, that your abhorrence thereof was so excited that you publicly held forth this true and invaluable doctrine, which is worthy to be recorded and remembered in all succeeding ages. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Sir, how pitiable is it to reflect that although you were so fully convinced of the benevolence of the Father of mankind and of his equal and impartial distribution of those rights and privileges which he had conferred upon them, that you should at the same time counteract his mercies in detaining by fraud and violence so numerous a part of my brethren under groaning captivity and cruel oppression, that you should at the same time be found guilty of that most criminal act which you professedly detested in others with respect to yourself. Sir, I freely and cheerfully acknowledge that I am of the African race, and it is under a sense of the most profound gratitude to the supreme ruler of the universe that I now confess to you that I am not under that state of tyrannical thraldom and inhuman captivity to which too many of my brethren are doomed, but that I have abundantly tasted of the fruition of those blessings which proceed from that free and unequaled liberty with which you are favored, and which I hope you will willingly allow you have received from the immediate hand of that being from whom proceedeth every good and perfect gift." The reason that we have this correspondence between Benjamin Banneker and Thomas Jefferson is because in 1793, Benjamin Banneker printed his letter to Thomas Jefferson and Jefferson's reply, which technically might very well have made Ben Banneker's letter to Thomas Jefferson the very first publicly displayed civil rights letter in American history.